What's up, everybody? I'm Finn McKenty. This is the Punk Rock MBA, and welcome to episode number 2 of Does Your Band Suck? In this series, I bring on a guest, a producer, musician, whatever, and we review your music. Today's guest is Daniel Laskiewicz. You may know him better as DL. He was a founding member of the Acacia Strain. He was also in a band called Legend, and he's a producer who's worked with bands like Unearth, Bury Your Dead, and All That Remains, among many others. The way this thing works is pretty simple. What we ask you to do is make a 1-minute video of your band, upload it to Instagram with hashtag PunkRockMBA, and then I will pick the 5 best videos, and then I will review the video and I'll hand it over to my guest to review the music. If you submitted something and didn't get picked for this round, don't worry, because this is going to be a series. I don't know who the next guest is going to be yet, but I should probably work on that soon. Stay tuned, I'll announce that, and I'm going to get people from all kinds of genres, from metal to rap to pop punk to, I don't know, try to find somebody that does just straight up pop, I don't know. And really quickly, before I get into it, this video is sponsored by URM Academy. URM Academy's Complete Beginner's Guide to Recording Rock and Metal is a short but sweet 2-hour course hosted by my good friend Ryan Fluff Bruce, where he walks you through every single step of the process for recording a complete song from scratch in a simple home studio. So if you've been thinking about getting into recording but you weren't sure where to start, this is the perfect thing for you. And just to make sure you have absolutely everything you need to get started, the course includes copies of the ToneForge Menace Amp Sim plugin and gain reduction vocal plugin by Joey Sturgis Tones, and a virtual drum plugin from DrumForge. You can get instant access to the course and all the included plugins at recordingmetalguide.com, and there's also a link in the description. All right, well, with that out of the way, let's get into it.
All right. Let's start this thing off with Militant Me.
Do you like action? Do you like heavy metal? Of course you do. Oh, hey, I'm Chandler with Militant Me. I'm a Marine Corps veteran that likes to play heavy metal that sounds like this. And this. So if you really want to support the troops, go listen to some awesome gut-busting heavy metal. And then when you're done, if you could listen to my stuff too, that would be super cool. Anyway, so here's me shooting a 50 caliber machine gun. And here's me playing guitar solo for you. Listen to Militant Me, music that'll make you say, holy fuck.
And I picked this video because I think it's a great example of like using your origin story as a way to separate your band from the rest, right? So in this case, Chandler was in the Marines, and that's a big part of who he is. So if you were in the military or have friends or family in the military like I do, then probably like right off the bat, I'm gonna be more inclined to like his music, right? So this marketing tactic isn't for everybody, but if there's something about your origin story that's actually interesting, like make that a part of how you talk about your band. We Are a Metal Band is not that interesting, but We Are a Metal Band from Antarctica, well, that's interesting, right? The point is that you want to use that origin story to set yourself apart from all the other bands in your genre, to kind of answer that question of, well, what's different and interesting about this? Why would anybody care? And I think he did a great job of that in this video by really emphasizing his origin in the military.
The video was put together fairly well with like cool logos that tie into like your military background. Thank you for being in the military. That's awesome. The song Monster in Me generally is structured okay. The riffs are a little bit lazy sounding, and you could definitely benefit from getting a little more aggressive with your picking hand. Just fucking play it like you mean it. The song tends to run a little bit too long for my liking. There's definitely some fat that could easily be trimmed. The sound of the recording is pretty generic, with the drums and the guitars sounding like that Slate Pod Farm thing that was going on. The vocals sound kind of strained and forced, and could definitely also benefit from having another set of ears on it to maybe kind of keep your takes in check when they start getting a little squirrely. It's hard to track and focus on the little things, and that's what producers do. They tell you your fucking takes suck. With that being said, other than that, decent, good work.
Also, one thing to keep in mind as you watch these videos in this series is this is what it's like to work with with a real producer. They tend to be pretty blunt and just tell you what they think. Their job is not to like pat you on the back and tell you how great it is. Their job is to push you and the rest of the team to make the very best music that you can. And just like a coach on a football team, like you probably hate the coach during practice, but if he or she does their job, you win the game, and that is what matters, right? Okay, next up we have Rivers.
When I was in my younger 20s, I encountered what I could only describe to be a demonic presence in my household. 3 times in 1 week, I was woken up by an immense sense of fear, and I couldn't move, and when I opened my eyes, I saw this thing. It had a face and it had no face, and it had a shape but it didn't have a shape. It was just a darkness that lingered above me, and it held me down. The only way I could make it go away was to start praying, and then it would disappear. I discovered my dad had had similar encounters, only they were in his dreams leading up to that night, and the night that it stopped for him was the night that it started for me. Most people don't argue that there is such a thing as good and evil, whether it exists in an outside world that affects us or eternally. The only thing we can do is decide how we respond.
The video seemed a bit too like trying hard to be spooky just for the sake of being spooky without sounding like a total dick. The narrator of this dialogue just like sounded so nerdy. It would have really helped to like pitch the vocal down or something, or like mangle it, twist it in some way, just so like there's like an actual ominous like feeling. Get that across.
So what I liked about this video is it did a great job of setting a mood, right? It kind of reminds me of that one Faceless song where he's talking about the aliens. I don't remember the name of it, from Planetary Duality or whatever. It does a great job of setting the mood, and like I'm already thinking of these images in my head and how the music might fit into that. But I do want to critique 2 things about this. First of all is it really needs more imagery than what you have here. Like, and you don't necessarily have to have it be like a movie that literally represents everything he's talking about, but it's got to be more than just this image that just sort of barely changes. And second, I would definitely include some of the music in this video, because let's say that other people are watching it like I did and they're like, cool, I'm into this, like this is exciting, I'm bought into this mood. Well, now I can't actually hear the music.
The song Cold Sweat was played very well. The performances don't lack much. It's a really tight playing with solid structure. I don't see why this wouldn't be like super popular amongst like the gent crowd or whatever. It's enough to make you want more, so nice work. Good shit, Rivers. Okay, this next one is for Grayscale Season from Kungsbacka, Sweden.
Hey guys, I'm editing this video right now, or actually I just uploaded it, and unfortunately I got a notification that there is a copyright claim for this song by Grayscale Season, which is too bad because this song is awesome and I would love to play it for you, but I can't because of the copyright claim. So instead, you're gonna have to click the link in the description to watch their video. And if you heard me talk about this situation in my video about copyright claims and how that kind of prevents artists from getting what could be a lot of valuable exposure, this would be a perfect example of it. I can't play this song for you without demonetizing the video, and that's unfortunate because I think this would be a great opportunity for the band because they're fucking awesome.
Hello there, neighbour. We are Grayscale Season from Kungsbacka, Sweden, and this is our audition tape for Punk Rock MBA. We're releasing a new album soon called Everything Hurts. I hope you enjoy.
It's always good to see like a band with this level of intensity and like just how heavy they are, just not taking themselves too seriously. It's like always refreshing. I know these guys kind of well. I've worked with them in the past, but it's almost like they've been like eating their musical Wheaties. They've grown into something really cool, and it kind of reminds me of like Ion Dissonance. The great grooving parts and like the powerful mix, just like this believable intensity that so many bands from the same wheelhouse just miss the mark on. And like the cherry on top is like just the ridiculous, almost slapsticky outro that like proves that they're doing it for fun first and foremost, because like if it's not fun, then why the fuck are you doing it? So kudos, Grayscale. I have nothing really shitty to say about them. I wish I did.
And I chose this video because, again, like I've talked about before, what you want to do with any kind of commercial like this is just set yourself apart from your peers. And they definitely did that with this one because it's really weird. It's funny, but it's also kind of disturbing. Like when I see the guy in the beginning in the rocking chair with his gun, that's the kind of person who I feel like, you know, they're looking at you up and down, they're sizing you up, wondering, I wonder if I could wear that guy's skin like a suit, which is like a perfect vibe for this kind of music. I have no idea why any of the stuff that's in the video is in the video. I don't know what the concept is, but it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to overthink this stuff. All you have to do is hold my attention while I listen to the music. And if you did that, job well done.
Okay, carrying on with Wary,
Jug Jug, Hardcore Idol.
Hey guys, I just want to say thanks for having us.
I don't want to know you. Okay?
Okay. Alright, here's our song, Gone. Hold on.
Can we start again?
Yeah.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I will be heard, first of all. Let me wipe these tears from my eyes. Good job. You guys came out, both guns blazing. You will never be one of us. Never.
I feel like you guys are just saying song titles and lyrics.
Alright guys, we need a vote. Yes. No. Yes. You guys are moving on.
Cool.
Like I said earlier, I can definitely appreciate when a band doesn't take itself too seriously. But there's also like a right way and a wrong way to go about that, and this is definitely the wrong way. It just seems forcefully funny just for the sake of, hey, you know, we're funny. We made a funny video. And I get it, that's fine. Not everybody's a fucking comedian. The cheese kind of carries right over into the music. Like I'm able to listen to like 3 of their songs in the same amount of time that it takes to listen to like one traditionally length song. I don't get like the whole like minute song thing. It's just weird.
So the reason I chose this one is because I think it's a great concept. The idea of hardcore idol and having various people in the scene, like characters of those people reacting to the band, I think is an awesome idea. Now, I will say that I think the execution of this idea is maybe not the best, and that might sound contradictory to what I've said before, because I always say like it doesn't matter what your budget is, it doesn't have to be fancy, just do it. A good concept will matter more than anything else. And I think that's true, but there is still like a bare minimum threshold that it has to be produced at least this well in order to work. And I think in this case, it kind of is a little bit below that threshold. Like the people that he has in the video representing these various like scene figures, it doesn't really look like them. I get where you're headed with it, but I think the execution does need to be polished just a little bit more in order for this to work. You had a great idea. Maybe next time just push the production a little bit better, and then I think this will be a home run.
Okay, last but not least, I Am Revenge from Hamburg, Germany.
What's up, everybody? This is Finn McKenty. What's up, everybody? This is not Finn McKenty. This is Bert from I'm Revenge, and welcome to Guess the Influence. Now, I'm Revenge is
a 5-piece, down-tempo mosh kind of band from Hamburg, Germany. It's been around since 2010 and signed to BHW Records.
Now, this is how this works. I'll play you a clip from an I'm Revenge song, and then you'll have to guess which band influenced it.
You ready? Here's number 1. Here's number 2. And here's number 3.
Now that was it. Thanks very much for watching.
Can you guess all the bands that we borrowed from?
drop them below. And obviously, please follow our stuff. I'm going to put a link somewhere here. Keep on slapping.
Again, really great concept. And what I like about it is it's like an active participatory thing with the audience, right? It's not just like sit back and watch our video. Not that that's wrong, but I like this because it gives me a specific reason to keep watching. Like I guessed the first one and I don't know, can I guess the second one? Can I guess the third one? Super cool, clever idea. And the other thing is it also tells your audience a little bit about where you're coming from, which subtly kind of tells them, hey, if you like Bury Your Dead, then you'll probably like us, right? Also very smart because what you want to do is make things simple for your audience. You want to let them know where to slot you. And I know artists are oftentimes resistant to this. Nobody wants to get like labeled with a genre. Like a lot of people call us technical brutal death metal, but I think of us more as brutal technical death metal. Don't make it hard. Don't make it complicated for your audience. Just say you're a pop punk band. Anyway, great concept. Love the idea.
What those clips or songs were influenced by. And I think I can say with a little bit of confidence that clip number 1 was influenced by Bury Your Dead, just because it's kind of self-explanatory. You can hear that influence right away. As far as the other two go, you got me stumped. And as far as the music goes, in a weird way, this band kind of reminds me of a hardcore version of like Last 10 Seconds to Life a little, which is awesome because Last 10 Seconds to Life is fucking awesome too. So it's pissed, it's fun to listen to, and I'm sure it'll get the kids moshing. Regardless of it being sort of vanilla or generic, it still seems to like scratch that itch if you want to listen to like something really heavy and just fun. So cheers, boys. Good shit.
All right, guys, that does it for this installment of Does Your Band Suck? Thank you very much to DL for this. Make sure that you give him a follow. It's at Daniel_Laskiewicz. Laskiewicz, I don't know how to say that. Laskiewicz, if you're Polish, I guess. Anyway, make sure you give him a follow. If you're in any kind of like heavy band and you want somebody that's gonna kick your ass and make sure that you create the very best music that you possibly can, then give him a call. He will help you do that. And if you want to get started with home recording, if you're a guitarist or anybody else that's ever thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to make demos at home without spending a ton of money on gear, then grab the complete beginner's guide to recording rock and metal at the link in the description. And for anybody who may be wondering, yes, URM Academy is the company that I help run, but that is why I believe it. That is why I know that the product is awesome. And I want to thank everybody who supports me on Patreon at the true cult level. And those people are Luke S., Jordan H., Michael B., Ryan W., Andy M., Justin H., Jeff W., Nicholas G., and Anthony C. Thank you guys very much. You are true cult fans, and I appreciate it very much. And stay tuned for the next guest in this series. I will announce that pretty soon.